You're most welcome in this session. My name is Emmanuel. In this session we are going to discuss about health and safeguarding, and our learning objectives. We are going to understand the meaning of health and then safeguarding, the relevancy of safeguarding, and also the principles and the practices within health and safeguarding. So what is safeguarding in health? It's the promotion of the positive well-being and not merely protecting people from harm. When you talk about safeguarding, it is a responsibility for everyone, for you and also for me and the entire community, especially the vulnerable people, the vulnerable adults, the vulnerable children, and also the premises where we are and where we live. Is it important? Yes. One, it is my right to ensure that we are safe and to ensure that people who live with us are also safe when they go for work and when they come back from work, when they go to school, while they are at school, and when they come back from school. So safety is paramount morally. Then secondly, as youthful farmers, safeguarding is very important in the sense that when our premises are safe, where we conduct our work, then our customers can come to us, thereby increasing the number of customers who come to us. Safeguarding also is good for money, because when you get customers who come, then they buy your products, they buy your services, you get money. The more they come, the many they come, the more money you put in your pocket. The other importance of safeguarding is that it reduces absenteeism. Imagine a situation whereby you're going for work, you're going to the farm, and then you are injured, you are attacked by thugs. You're injured, and then you're taken to hospital. And then you spend almost 6 months in the hospital under treatment. So, and also, if you could imagine a situation where you are safe and you go and work and you come back, then it would improve on your productivity and also your efficiency. Safety is a very important issue in safeguarding, or for that matter, security. Even in the Ugandan Constitution, is one of the laws that has been entrenched. So it is required for all of us, you and me, to comply to safeguarding. The other issue is that when your place is safe and people feel and they are comfortable that they are safe and they feel that they are well guarded, then you can have partnerships, you can have more investors coming and being interested in your business to work with you. Then finally, it also gives a competitive advantage in the sense that when people come to you, your business boom, you get more money, you perform better, and you also get profits, of which it is the main thrust of our agribusiness that we do. The principles are quite many, but we shall have a look at those ones that are relevant to us as farmers who are youthful. One, as farmers, we need to demonstrate the behavior of safeguarding and to promote the culture of safety wherever we are, at our home, at our institutions of learning, like a Good Leisure Farm, where we are being incubated, at our workplaces, at our farms. We must express that behavior of safety and continue practicing it, because safety and guarding that safety starts with me, starts with you. Then also another principle which is very important is that wherever we are, there are rules, there are procedures that we are supposed to abide with. If you look at the national level, we have the Constitution, which are supposed to respect. At a Good Leisure Farm, we also have rules that we should respect. Even at our homes where we stay, there are rules that we respect. So, in terms of safeguarding, we are required to follow those rules and procedures that are for our own benefit in terms of safeguarding. And also, we need to always wear the personal protective equipment to safeguard our health, to safeguard our lives. For example, if you are going to work on chemicals, you're going to be spraying you're going to work on chemicals, like you're going to make soap. You need to put on gloves, you need to put on an helmet, you need a mask to protect your life, so that you live longer and you live a quieter life, you become more productive, and as you're more productive, then your business also becomes more efficient, and then it also brings in profits for you. The other issue is that we need to be proactive, whereby we put safeguarding the priority in everything that we do, where we live, where we work. It should ring first in our minds. And finally, one of the principles which we must emphasize is a hazard identification and reporting incidents. A hazard is anything that is unsafe, a condition or circumstance that is unsafe. We must be in a position to know them, to note them, and then once we see them, we report them and then take action. Some of the practices that are common within our setting as youthful farmers is lifting. We do a lot of lifting at our farms, even at our homes. So when you're lifting things, you need to lift them in a safe way. You must judge the weight of something that you're going to lift. You must know the size of something that you're going to lift. You must know the distance that you're going to cover when you're lifting that something. That is very, very important. Don't lift something that you cannot bear. If you cannot lift it alone, get help from somebody else to help you lift it. That way you'll be keeping your life safe and being healthy. And the recommended way of lifting heavy items, especially on the farm, it is better when you're lifting, you first squat. You don't bend, but you squat. Firmly, you get with the item or the object you're lifting, and thereafter you stand. Why? The reason is that when you're lifting the item after squatting rather than bending, the weight will go to your knees rather than to your back. So that way, the weight is much easier transferred to the ground. And there's no harm when the weight of your entire body passes through the knees rather than the back. When it passes through the back, it will cause you a lot of problems with your back, which will incapacitate you and you won't be productive from the farm. Then when it comes to standing and sitting, it's another practice every day. Even now, when you're listening to me, when you're watching me, probably you are seated or you're standing. So over sitting for a longer time is not good, because it does not give a chance for your body to be active, the blood to be moving in all areas of your body. There is a way it affects your body. So I would encourage you, especially at the farm, to do much of your work when you're standing rather than when you're sitting. Another common practice in our setting is reading. We read, we write, we use computers, we use phones. Now, it is dangerous in the sense that if you are using a computer, use a computer where there is no light. Let's assume a situation you're in a dark room, or it is night, you want to read about something like pig rearing, something that you wanted to remember very well. If in a dark room, it is very, very important that you take precaution when you're using computers and phones. Why? Most of the light will converge to your eye and destroy your eye. So always you are encouraged to use your laptops, your computers, your phones where there is enough light. Especially, we have a tendency of being on our beds and then we are checking out our WhatsApp, our emails. That is very, very, very unhealthy. and it means you are not safeguarding your health. And if you don't safeguard it, you won't be productive. So I would encourage you to ensure that you use your phones where there is enough light, use your computers where there is enough light. Even more light which is not adequate is also bad. Like it's around midday, you go in the sun, you're checking your phone, or you're checking your laptop. It's not also healthy. Too much light also destroys your eye. It destroys your vision. Yet that vision is very, very important for us to do the kind of work our farmers we are supposed to be doing. The other practice is in our residential areas, where we stay after we have worked, after we have been on our farms, and then we go back to the hostels, we go back to our halls, we go back to our dormitories to have a rest and shed off the fatigue of the day. Those areas where we live, where we sleep, remember we spend almost much of our lifetime in our bedrooms. So I would really encourage you to ensure that the environment is well safeguarded, where you're going to sleep, in your hostel, in your hall, in your dormitory. It's very, very important. You open the windows to allow ventilation, to allow fresh air to come in, so that you can breathe in fresh air. Don't close the windows tight so that air cannot enter. No, especially when you're sharing a room with others. It's advisable you allow adequate ventilation to be there. Another thing, there should be enough light where in our bedrooms must be enough light so that we can see where we are going to sleep. You never know, there could be an insect. Farms have a lot of issues. Could be an insect, a termite on your bed, a snake on your bed, so you need enough light when you're going to that bed. The other thing that you need to ensure is that there is no moisture in that bedroom where you're living. And when you're staying with others, as I earlier on said, that safety starts with you, and then it goes to another person, then to the community and to the country. Also mind about the safety of others. If we are together in a room, we are 2 or 3, also put an eye on me. If I tell you I'm not feeling well, come on, find out where I'm not feeling well and probably come to my rescue. You can rescue me in different ways. You can advise me. For example, I can tell you I'm having headache, I'm having chest pain, the day hasn't been good for me. In such circumstances, I would really encourage you. You can give advice if you really know what to do. But where you don't know where to send that somebody or what to do, you can consult. For example, in our setting, you can consult a friend in the same room or in a different room. You can consult with a guild. You can consult with administrators. And at Good Leisure Farm, our incubation center has put up emergency phone contacts. We have for the medical team, we have for the askaris, the security people at the main gate, and we have also for the other administrators. And we in WhatsApp group put something that, hey, the manual is not feeling well, what can we do? Just put it there on the WhatsApp platform, and then you would get help. So I would really encourage you to safeguard yourself and others, even residential areas, so that all of us, when we come for training, we come when we are okay, and we leave when we are even better. Another practice of safeguarding is violence. We should be deterrent from violence, from being violence. Anger is the most cause of this violence. Somebody tells you something small and then you burst out. We should learn how to control our anger. First, listen to yourself. First, pause for at least 20 minutes. If you cannot, count to 100, 1, 2, 3 to 100, and then you cool down. You don't need to revenge. Somebody has abused you. You don't need to revenge. But another thing usually which comes in that sometimes puts us out of control, not having self-control, are the drugs we take. Here I mean alcohol. Why should you take alcohol really? Alcohol is not good for your health. So I would encourage you, even if you have taken alcohol, you have taken it for yourself. You have not taken it for me. So control the alcohol. Don't allow the alcohol to control you. Because once you allow alcohol to control you, then you end up doing what you wouldn't have done. Things like violence, things like harassing others sexually. So you should learn how to control your alcohol. Then workplaces. In workplaces where we work, as you can have a look at that picture, we need safety, and we need to safeguard our safety and for the others. At Good Leisure Farm, when we are under incubation, we are guarded. We are given gloves. When you are yap, you're given a gumboot. When you are you are given masks when you're making soaps and other detergents. When you are yav, you're given a cap, a headgear, and then a suit that you put on as a vendor. When you're yat, you're given a mask, and then you're also given a helmet. These things are very important for you, that when you're at your workplace, you make sure that you put them on. You were yat, ensure that you put on a helmet before you ride. Put on a jacket. B, in shoes. Why do you put on sandals when you're going to ride a motorbike? It is not a safe practice. So safeguard your life, because life is precious. And then also for the yaps, I would encourage you, because when you're a yap, you do a lot of construction of houses, of chicken, of pigs. In such circumstances, you're climbing up and down. Make sure that you put safety as your first priority in your work. You can even see here at Good Leisure Farm, we have like when you go to ICT, there are rays which are beside us. So always make sure that you are far away from them, or you hold on to them when you're walking, like on the second level. Even those mothers who have children, don't allow your child to be alone and climb like to ICT, like to the main hall. It's dangerous. So safety goes to all of us, our children, with the trainees, and also the other vulnerable people that we believe that can really be helped. Thank you so much for listening.